So in the 1970s, actor Maurizio Merli played a tough cop in numerous Italian films, and he made it his specialty, never playing any deviating character that would threaten to tamper with his tried and true screen image. The end. You know, I think that was our quickest one of the night. This restaurant you were telling me about, where is it, and do you think we can still make it?
Oh, the one down at Dockson? Yeah, I think that's still open. Yeah. They got
I'm sorry. Wait a second. It occurs to me that as I think about it a little harder, Maurizio Merli did actually take some roles in the second half of the 70s that offered him some variety on his standard tough guy image. I guess, yeah, I should probably talk about those. Do you mind? All right, I'm going to talk about those. Okay, so if you know who Maurizio Merli is, you probably know that he sprung on the scene in 1975 with an Italian crime film called Violent Rome, a film which meant to follow up the success of a 1973 crime film called High Crime, when the producers couldn't get the star of that film, Franco Nero, to return. Now, Maurizio Merli was styled to look like Franco Nero in that film, hair dyed blonde, and music from High Crime was recycled in Violent Rome. And while the producers didn't get the return of the high crime director, Enzo Castellari, for Violent Rome, they did hire, get this, Enzo's father to direct. Violent Rome was a huge hit, and it immediately launched Merli into doing the same basic cop character over and over again. This screen persona hated the criminal scum running wild on the Italian streets, but equally hated the legal system that failed to protect average Italian citizens from that criminal scum. So he went around pounding his fist into the skulls of no-good hoodlum punks and pounding his fist on the desks of his impotent police captains. By the end of the next year, he had played the same basic cop character 5 times. And although I say same basic character, he sometimes played the exact same character. He played the Commissario Betty character in 3 films, although the name changed in the English dubbing, and he took over the Commissario Muri character from actor Leonard Mann in 1 film. And by the end of 1977, he had played the Leonardo Tanzi character twice. Now, half of those films were directed by the same guy, Umberto Lenzi, and maybe that had something to do with the sameness of the portrayals. But in 1977, Maurizio Merli started going in some new directions too. It seemed like after establishing himself with repeated portrayals of the same tough cop archetype, he was ready to branch out, even if through only minor variations within the same tough guy mold. So we're going to take a look at these later 70s roles from Merli. And while he did twice veer really widely outside his norm by doing a White Fang movie and a spaghetti western, both of which, by the way, correspond again to choices that Franco Nero made, we're going to skip those 2 films and we're going to stick to the modern urban crime roles.